has now triggered GST shockwaves. Over 10,000 show cause notices have been sent to small traders by the Karnataka State Commercial Taxes Department. Many of them never registered under the GST's ambit, all based on their digital payment data. They are now at the epicenter of a heated debate over digital payments and tax compliance. From milk booths to fresh fruit sellers, a tax crackdown is now sparking a cash revolt in Karnataka. Are other states watching? That's another big question one has to answer. And that's tonight's big story. Is this a setback for small vendors and a crack in the digital India vision? From 23rd of July to the 25th of July, Karnataka's traders are going to be shutting down their shops. First milk, then markets. They're protesting against tax notices despite selling exempt goods like fresh fruits, vegetables and unbranded food that is not processed or packaged. Vendors allege harassment and fear of GST raids, of coercion, of eviction. Sales have dropped nearly 30% in many places after switching back to cash and doing away with the QR codes. Under Section 22 of the GST Act, vendors must register if their annual turnover crosses rupees 40 lakh for goods and rupees 20 lakh respectively for services. There are exceptions if vendors are dealing only in exempt items like fresh produce, milk and unbranded items. And it is in this context that the notices sent out by the state tax department are on a sticky wicket, at least legally. Just receiving money via UPI isn't proof of taxable income. It could be loans from friends and family, transfers from professional to private. This could be private transfers as well. The burden of proof, hence, lies with the GST officers. And that's where this could get messy. Incidentally, Karnataka's tax officials are scrambling to meet their rupees 1.20 lakh crore collection target for the year 2025-2026, with welfare guarantees needing rupees 52,000 crore in funding and legislators demanding more for infrastructure. Pressure on the machinery and the state exchequer is certainly high. And that brings us to the big questions of the day. Is this a rush to raise revenue where small vendors become unintended victims? Is Digital India ready for mass compliance without mass awareness and a streamlined process for this kind of taxation? Those are certain questions that we're going to try and decode. With me on the broadcast is going to be Satya Prakash, spokesperson for the Congress Party. A very warm welcome to you. Vijay Prasad, representing the BJP. Warm welcome to you as well. Professor Bijon Misra, consumer policy expert. We're going to start with you, Professor, and Dr. Krishna Raj, Professor, Institute for Social and Economic Change in Bengaluru, also with us on the broadcast here. Professor Bijon Misra, help the viewers understand what's really at play here. To the layman out there seems to be somebody who's, not supposed to be taxed and he's getting tax, notices from the GST. Also at the same time, shouldn't somebody who's earning in the tunes of crores of rupees come under the legal scrutiny of the tax officials? What's really at play? Is this going to have massive fallout for other states as well? Layman terms, simple understanding for our viewers. First up, Professor.
So Kabir, the simple my position is that taxation is essential. Government can't manage themselves without taxation. So government has collected more than 22.08 lakh crores last year, and the tax collection is going up every year because it has been digitized, it has been made friendly, it has been made easy, it has been made simple. So every taxpayer wants a simple citizen-friendly mechanism to pay their taxes. That's number one. Number two, everyone in this panel, including you, Kabir, I'm sure you will get frightened if you get a notice from the tax authorities. The first thing you will say, oh my God, now what? So you will keep rushing to a chartered accountant, you will go to a qualified, person who would handle your taxation. That means more money to be given to those consultants to manage your hisab kitab and give it to the authorities to justify that your income was less than 20 lakhs in services, 40 lakhs in goods, and you are exempted and you have all the kind of evidences to prove that. My contention is that we are going digitization. We were gone digitized because we want transparency in terms of collection. We want to make sure that nobody evades taxation. So you should look at the top of the pyramid, not the bottom of the pyramid. Why are you targeting the vendors? Poor things, they are hand to mouth. They are just managing themselves in some way or the other, trying to delight the customer, give them the service, give them the product in the manner they want, at a very affordable price, in a very friendly manner, delivered at home, online, on phone, all kinds of mechanisms.
Professor, but taxation experts say that the vendors aren't being targeted. These are just, certain limited, transactions that have been now flagged in the system, 1.63 crore rupees. This has just been flagged in the system, and that's why these notices have gone out. There is no coercive step that has been taken.
My contention, Kabir, my small contention is, why do we have to come to this situation? Hand-holding should have been done right from the beginning. So that there was
so then
no
approach
question.
becomes the problem here. The approach becomes the problem here. That's what we're trying to get at. Dr. Krishna Raj, Professor, Institute for Social and Economic Change. I think, Dr. Krishna Raj, you're going to be the right person to talk about this right now. The approach should have been changed. It should have been altered right from the get-go. I mean, we had massive dreams about digital India, but now GST notices to 13,000 plus small vendors, and that's certainly making everybody raise their eyebrows, at least in Karnataka. And let me tell you, other states are also watching. Is there going to be more fallout here? Dr. Krishna Raj, my question to you.
Yeah, thank you, Karthikeyan. Karthikeya, this is the hype created in Karnataka, especially after issuing the notices to small vendors and small businesses. But the GST Council has clarified that there are unbranded goods, they are not going to be affected. Of course, if the transaction business turnover is more than 1.5 crores, or in case of 40 lakhs in case of goods and 20 lakhs in case of services, they need to follow compliances of the GST. So the compliances merely not paying the taxes, but to show that their transactions or trade or businesses are transparent. They have maintained a clean and transparent data with respect to transactions.
Right.
So basically GST is paid by the consumers, consumers to the government, but the traders or whoever collects it, they don't have any ownership over that GST. That is the first point I need to clarify to everyone. So in this regard, there may be, as you rightly pointed out, there may be transactions not other than trade or business. There may be loans, there may be other transactions. They need to be separated. So as you rightly said, the approach of the commercial tax department should be to get the clarification. Issuing notice, not a punishment itself. So notices means getting clarification from the traders whether you transacted more than this amount of exceeding the limit. In that case, you can go for a composition scheme where you can avail a 1% tax on the total profit, or you can basically they are pushing the people to register under GST and give 100% transparency in that business transactions.
All right. So not a punitive measure. Sending GST notices out is not a punitive measure in its sense. But of course, the optics do matter. Somebody who's been carrying out that tiny stall outside a municipal building for the last 4 years suddenly gets a notice, says 29 lakh rupees has to be given to the government. I mean, I can imagine the mind-boggling scenario that vendor must be going through right now. Also, to the spokesperson with us on the broadcast here, let me quickly go across to the spokesperson for the dispensation of the day, Mr. Satya Prakash, representing the Congress party, also the government of the day over there. The vendors, they're worried about coercion, they're worried about eviction, they're worried about, some sort of high-handedness coming from the tax officials. Now, what is going to be your message, Mr. Satya Prakash, to all the vendors of Karnataka, because 30% sales have gone down in various of those regions, and it's not only hurting the seller, it's also hurting the client and the customer as well. If there is no QR code and I don't have 10 rupees in my pocket, I'm not going to pull out my phone to scan it, and I'm probably going to shift that shop and go to somebody who has a QR code. So it's hurting both people, and indirectly it hurts our digital India aim. So your first message to all those vendors that are probably worried right now.
Good evening, Kabir. Through your channel News9, let me make it very clear to all those vendors, all the people of Karnataka. And our Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has made it very clear that he is going to, no traders need to panic over this. This is a routine affair, and GST comes not under state, it comes under the center. The GST Council has made it very clear for any transactions in a year which crosses 40 lakhs, when it comes to manufacturing goods, and in case of services 20 lakhs, they have to enroll with the GST, as simple as that. And ignorance is not a bliss for anyone. For a guy who does 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs turnover, that means on a daily basis he is doing 10 or 12,000. So we cannot stop telling that these people, we will not bring them to the tax net. Ultimately, all those guys who are making good business, good profits, have to come under the tax net because the government of the day has to give them. Today, our government has made it very clear, Mr. Siddaramaiah, on record I am telling, no one need panic. Tomorrow, Siddaramaiah ji has called a meeting of all the GST and state commercial department. He has called a meeting. He will understand from the department what are the problems.
Maybe something little bit more than a small, lip service of there's no need to panic. Maybe some sort of confidence building measures on ground to help them, approach these GST notices a little bit better as well. Because you're saying, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is saying that there's no need to panic, Mr. Prakash, but at the same point in time, 30% sales have gone down in so many of these places and the QR codes are not returning back.
Give me a minute, I'll explain all what we are doing. Okay. First thing is, tomorrow we are meeting all the officials, understanding the department point of view and the GST Council point of view, what are the rules. Okay. Second thing is, we will meet the trade representatives also. What we have done right now is, we have started a no GST campaign from the state. We have put a helpline number. All those who have got notices can use this helpline number, and I am quoting 1800-425-6300. You can call this and you can clarify, like our panelists said. There may be UPIs, which might be a loan from their brother, loan from relatives. So they need not panic. But I want to ask all the traders, if you are really doing 40 lakhs business, isn't it your responsibility to tomorrow come under GST and pay a composite tax? See, all those Kirani shops, these bakeries, GST is very difficult because for every 10 rupees, 20 rupees, they can't raise a bill. So government of the day has given, the GST Council has given them an option that for all businesses which fall below 1.5 crore, you need not give anything. Put your turnover, pay 1%, 0.5% will go to the CGST and 0.5% will go to
the well-educated ones are probably doing that as well, Mr. Satya Prakash. It's the small time vendors, it's the fruit sellers, it's the chai stall walas that are probably facing the biggest of the problem right now. And maybe if you're rightly pointing out, meeting is on the cards. You're going to be meeting the leaders of the Traders Association. Maybe they can spread the right word and dispel this kind of panic. Mr. Vijay Prasad, over to you next. What does the BJP have to say on this particular front? Why politics on this when Siddaramaiah is already saying that we're going to be talking to the centre, and this is a centre-state, 50-50% partnership, 50% by the state, 50% by the centre, the GST.
Kabir, very good evening. See, if someone has to be called Gabbar Singh today, it is Siddaramaiah should be called Gabbar Singh of small traders. He is the real Gabbar Singh today. See, from UPI
Why would you say so? Why would you say so, Mr.
Congress
Prasad?
See, Congress is targeting the small traders. See, Congress trying hard to stop the digital India. See, what the Siddaramaiah is not able to understand is these small traders are the real backbone of the local economy, and they are being harassed with illegal and arbitrary GST notices. The simple point is, Kabir, see what is happening is, the primary point is that the notices have been issued by the state commercial tax officers, which comes under the state GST. Okay, these are the state officers who have issued the notices. There is no directive from the center to issue these notices. That is clear. That is clear. So again, who becomes Gabbar Singh? Siddaramaiah becomes Gabbar Singh. And the notices which have been issued by the state GST officers are without any verifications and procedures followed by the unlawful. See, for the reason that when the GST law is when you are giving the notices, what you have to follow certain procedures So in this case, what is happening is they are arbitrarily issuing the notices without verification by simply depending on third party UPI like Paytm, Google, and
So lack of research from the state department side. But let's clarify this on air. We need to slip into a quick commercial breather here as well. We've got two policy experts on one side as well, Mr. Prasad. I have a question. These notices are being put forth from the state government side, right? That's what you're saying right now. But help the viewers also understand, GST is supposed to be a 50-50% partnership. Are the collections going to go into the state's coffer, or are they going to the center's coffer? Or will some portion go to the center's coffer? What's going to be the disbursement division here? Would you like to answer, Mr. Prasad?
See, Kabir, I will answer.
Okay,
My friend
Mrs.
should
Satyaprakash, answer.
understand that GST is not state's baby. In case of GST, state is just an implementing agency. Tomorrow, if Mr. Sidramaya feels that he wants to revoke everything,
no, even who is giving the notice here?
Instead of 20 lakhs,
spread the false
make it 40 lakhs.
Through this channel,
But are they wrong? Is the Congress government wrong in issuing that particular notice? How they've issued that notice might be wrong, but is it wrong to issue that notice altogether? Is it wrong to issue that notice altogether? If their actual traceable transactions are beyond 40 lakh rupees, shouldn't the government come in? Shouldn't they be liable for some sort of scrutiny?
Ask him what should we do? Ask Mr. BJP counterpart to tell what should we do if someone is doing a turnover of more than 40 lakhs
who is
and
really
is not paying GST, what should we do? Ask him to that.
No. Kabir, the point is, see, anybody who is paying tax, okay, they are not against the paying tax. But the tax has to be collected in accordance with the law and the constitution, which Congress is now trying to deviate. Okay, now the why this Congress is getting into this this double thing, because the revenue collection target given by Sidramaya during the budget was around 1.35 lakh crore. Okay, the collection in the first quarter is just 11%. That means the coffer is gone high and dry. The coffer is dry. Totally
major
dry.
allegation, Mr. Satyaprakash, that is an allegation. I mean, people have put out reports about the burden on Karnataka's state exchequer.
Arid region. So that is the reason to meet the revenue target. This Gabbar Singh, to meet the revenue target.
But then again, no coercive step has been taken. No coercive step has been taken. I see Professor smiling, and of course with us Dr. Krishna Raj as well. We hear you, Mr. Prasad. We hear you. Professor, a quick commercial breather here. We're coming right back to Professor and Dr. Krishna Raj right on the other side, because political brinkmanship will continue. And I don't blame these two gentlemen. They've been, the right kind of voices for their parties. They come very nicely on the channel as well. And both of them are making pertinent points on this particular issue. But we're going to slip into a quick commercial breather here, ladies and gentlemen. On the other side, let's get down to the nitty-gritties of who will actually get impacted on this. Professor Bijon Mishra and Dr. Krishna Raj also with us right on the other side. Don't go anywhere. एसोसिएट स्पॉन्सर एंकर टूथपेस्ट, नए जमाने की नई सुरक्षा।
ये रोशनी का सफर दिलचस्प है।
हम सूरज से सिर्फ बिजली नहीं बनाते हैं, खुशहाली को देश के कोने कोने तक भी पहुंचाते हैं।
ये रोशनी का सफर
अदानी, हम करके दिखाते हैं।
Fresh air, the grill but different, the alloys but different, the sunroof but different.